Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to another reading. I feel that perhaps there's something going on with your voice. Perhaps you've been blocking your throat chakra, or I don't know. I think there's a shift in your throat chakra with your voice. And I feel that some people, they like, you may even notice some real, like literally something different in your voice. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like the vibration, the tone. I'm not even say, I don't know how to explain it, but it almost feels like even like literally like how people hears you and how you speak or how you say things is like it feels gonna be different. Well, today's reading is timeless. I am recording this close to the energies of Sun in Capricorn and Moon in Capricorn. So sometimes what can happen if you are Sun in Capricorn and Moon in Capricorn, you may find this reading and then it may be for you. Who knows? If you have one of those, just the sun or just the moon Capricorn, maybe will resonate for you. Or perhaps just there's like the energy of the sun in Capricorn and moon Capricorn is really around you when it's finding this message. But either way, if you don't have the sun Capricorn or moon Capricorn, it's fine. If it's finding you, it's for a reason. And of course, always use your discernment. And so take what resonates and take what doesn't. It is a collective reading. Even talking here right now, I feel like my voice is different. I've been feeling a lot like drinking water and I don't know, it feels different somehow, but I started to feel this like when I decided that I was going to record this reading. Okay, cool. So, um, when I'm recording this, like the moon in Capricorn is in the waning crescent phase. Um, anyway, I'm gonna say a few things about like this energy. It may be resonate for you or not, but it may be like a confirmation for some stuff. I know it feels off. It feels different. It doesn't feel off. It feels different. It's almost like when you buy something. Oh, I'll give you. If you wear lipstick, it's almost like that. Like when you buy a new, like a different color that you're not really used to, and then you put on the first time and you feel like, I don't know. And then you keep like wearing it, like putting on, and you keep like, I don't know, until at some point, like you get used to it. Anyway, and if you don't wear lipstick, try to think about something that it has the same concept, kind of thing. Um, Today I'm going to use the Animal Spirit deck. I am going to get one card for the energy of the Sun in Capricorn and one for the energy of the Moon in Capricorn. And for the tarot cards, I will use this one. Okay, so this energy, it is a lot about closure, clarity, and self-respect. So if you've been feeling, I feel like I feel there's a lot of closure happening, especially like because of the last readings that I've done. I've been feeling a lot of closure, so maybe you're feeling that. Um, and like the sun in Capricorn is like about a lot about responsibility, long-term direction. So maybe you've been thinking more about long-term goals and integrity, discipline, maturity. Like who are you becoming, right? And I think it's like there's this energy of like identity through commitment. Interesting. And funny enough, we got the nightingale that it is about the voice, your voice, about singing. I'll read it for you. And together with this card, it's interesting. We got the raccoon, but it was in reverse. So we're gonna check that as well because the way the cards came, I think there's a message here. Okay. Um, and for the waning, not sure how to say it, guys. Waning crescent moon in Capricorn is a lot about surrender, closure. Why? Wow. Okay, guys, it's funny because another card came in reverse for the moon, for the energy of the moon Capricorn, and is the lizard. Maybe you're having some trouble, maybe you're having a hard time to adjust to this new phase that is coming for you. But anyway, like I was saying, like the moon, the one in crescent moon in Capricorn is a lot about surrender, closure, emotional release, forgiveness, and preparing for a new cycle. So I feel like you are in that phase that you kind of know that the old cycle is done, but the new cycle it hasn't started yet. So it's like, okay, what's going on here? um, and because the moon is also in Capricorn, right? You have the sun and the moon in Capricorn. I feel like actually you can see things in a more controlled way, like in a more realistic and reflective way without being like dramatic, being more mature about it. And I've been getting like especially like the last reading, it was a lot about doing the dirty work, but in like being quiet, like not really being loud about it, like showing off, like having like drama and chaos around you. So I feel that here is still a really quiet energy, actually. Interesting. So let me read it for you guys. I will start with the nightingale. Nightingale, nightingale. Nightingale is air, element, a lot of mental and communication energy. Nightingale. Fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. That's why I was surprised about that I was talking about your voice, and we got the Nightingale because I know the Nightingale is about voice. This song of the Nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transport its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card, this card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. When in balance, sings, speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, shy lump in the throat. Throat. To bring into balance, music. So yeah, so maybe that's a really good time for you to listen to a lot of songs and sing really, go to a karaoke. Let me check about the raccoon, and we got the raccoon in reverse. Interesting. I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit something. Um, Raccoon. Talented, shadowy, in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists, to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Guys, this is right. I cannot make this up. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. When in balance, generous friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. To bring to balance, make new work. Guys, I cannot make this up. So it's quite interesting that we got the raccoon and the nightingale here and the raccoon in reverse. So I feel there's definitely like some ego issues right now that is blocking you to actually show your voice, actually be able to speak for yourself. And one thing that I think is that I was noticing here is like when I look at the cards like this, right? The raccoon got in reverse, like the triangles, they are both pointing at the same, they're pointing up, both of them. But for me, what I'm getting here is that there's no balance between the feminine and masculine energy. If you don't know what feminine and masculine energy is, I would recommend for you to go look it up before you say anything stupid in the comments. Thank you. And anyway, it feels like because we're talking about ego, I would like to say that it's a lot of or to be quite honest, I'm getting both masculine and feminine energy. So you may be too much in your egocentric masculine energy, or you're too much in your feminine egocentric energy right now. And like that's definitely like I feel that's blocking you. This ego, this fear of saying things that you actually want to say. And I feel like if you actually work with music, I'm getting here that you should talk to someone that you've talked before and helped you to clear the way. Yeah, there's a specific message here for someone who really works with music, for you to like talk to someone that you've talked before when you were feeling stuck or not getting a lot of ideas and stuff. Okay. Then for the moon in Capricorn, we got the lizard in reverse. Let's read about the lizard. So, and here it's interesting. So, this sun sign is about how people see us. So, here I feel like I think it says something when I was reading the raccoon about care. Like, I don't think it said but I'm feeling here like you're just wearing so much a mask right now that you don't even know who you are. And that's the thing. You don't know who you are without that mask. So I understand that there's this fear of letting go of this mask because then you're gonna have to figure out who you really are. Let's check the lizard. Lizard is water. Yeah, with the lizard, I was getting this feeling of maybe having some hard time to be in this energy right now that you know that an energy is ending, but a new cycle haven't started yet. It's not. Oh, it's not water, guys. It's just because I'm seeing reverse. Anyway, lizard. Oh, in reverse, it is a triangle. And fun enough, because then we have the triangle also. This one is pointing down in reverse and pointing up. Not being reversed, but we're gonna check this energy in reverse. Lizard. Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception, as if it is, as if it has a sixth sense. The lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. When in balance, artistic, telepathic, spiritual. When out of balance, elusive, no commitment, non committal. I don't know if it's that how you say, guys. Flecky. To bring to balance a creative project. So, okay. So, there's a lot of this creative here. And that's kind of life, right? When we're not. So, that's the thing that get a lot of people stuck and not happy with their life because they want to consume, right? They want to buy stuff all the time. They just want to consume, but they don't want to create. So I feel here with the lizard in reverse is that you're not really listening to your emotions because the moon, it's about emotions, right? So I feel like right now you're not really following your intuition, you're not following your emotions. You're really like neglecting this part of you right now and this creative side of you. It's almost like you're not allowing yourself to have some fun. What is life for? So we don't have some fun here while we enjoy our human bodies, right? Okay, so I'll get you a message with tarot and an advice after. Hmm. Maybe there is someone who sings, who's been having, I was like, your voice is actually changing. Like I said at the beginning, it could be that perhaps something happened with your voice. Maybe you're not able to sing in the way that you used to. I don't know. I just feel like it's different. Okay, let's check what's the message for you today. The devil, top of the card. We have Queen of Wands, top of the deck, sorry. We have Queen of Wands, and I am laughing because look at the cat. Queen of Wands is a really creative energy. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. Okay, so what I'm getting here right now is that maybe you are doing some shadow work at the moment, and there's this phase of the shadow work or when we are working with our energy that things feel off. Okay, because it's like our energy is moving and our mindset, right, is getting is like we're reprogramming something different. We're reprogramming ourselves. So there's this phase of assimilation. Let's call it assimilation. I was looking for a word, but that one came. So assimilation. So like there's this phase of assimilation. I feel that now there are some shadows that you can see more clearly, but you perhaps you don't know how to face them. Okay, I am getting this feeling that perhaps you see that it's there now. I feel like it's that phase that you're realizing that, oh, okay, there's something there. um, but at the same time, you don't, maybe for some people, I think you don't realize how much that make you stuck, those shadows. It's almost like in an egocentric way, you think that that is good for you, that like doing things this way is good for you, but of course, it's your programming. So it's almost like, oh yeah, some people sees it as a shadow, but not for me. I'm getting this energy. Yeah, like other people may see it like that, but not me. You know. So yes, I'm getting that, and I'm getting for some people it is. I'm laughing not because it's funny, it's just because like when when you see someone kind of acting like that. right? And I think it's funny because they truly believe that that's good for them. And that's the feeling that I'm having because I think that perhaps if I, perhaps someone left their face actually. But anyway, but I, yeah, I feel that like for me, if I see someone doing that, I would never get mad kind of thing. I was just like, wait, what the fuck? No, like, it is a really delusional, okay, mindset. And if you're watching this and you have that, I don't even know what you're doing here, to be quite honest, because, well, welcome and thank you for for watching. Because then I hope you're actually you actually want to do something different, you know. And I am here to tell you that that's not normal. Like, not not normal is like is that the behaviors that you think that they're okay and other people say they're not okay. You need to realize what is you and what is not you, and what is really okay and what is not. Because I feel like here it's almost like there's this feeling that, oh yeah, just because people think that way doesn't mean it's true. 3113, it can mean something for someone. Anyway, so like if you're here and watching this, there is some shadow work to get done. Okay, so I do recommend you getting like a shadow work journey, journal or something. Hmm. And for some other people, there's this blockage. There's this creative blockage, but it is because of like something. I think there's a lot. It may be a lot related with your voice. So you may be having like trouble to talk to someone or say something, and that is blocking your creativity at the moment, especially if you are a musician. Uh, with the Queen of Wands at the top, I feel that is a lot of this, that this Queen of Wands energy wants to come out. Remember, tarot doesn't have gender. We're talking, when I say queen, it means feminine energy. When I say the kings, it means masculine energy. And again, if you'd like to look it up before looking stupid in the comments, I would recommend. So the Queen of Wands is this really creative energy, sexy, sassy, it's like um it's fun, it's talkative, it's like that kind of person that, can talk to everyone and it's still like fun and like just easygoing, how to, you know, and really creative. Like if this person is always like creating things around them. So I think this is the energy that wants to come, when you remove this blockage, when you um do the shadow work. This energy, that's the energy that wants to come out. And with temperance at the bottom is a lot about balancing the subconscious with the conscious. Um, Someone may have a drinking problem. But anyway, so with temperance, there's this need to balance things out, to make your shadows more visible so you can work on them. And actually acknowledging, I think that's the thing for like here too. You need to acknowledge that those things are shadows, that those things like actually they're toxic or they're not good for you and for other people. So I feel there's this balance of subconscious and conscious that it needs to happen. And it's totally up to you to like, I feel like it's almost that you have to name it, and actually start just working on it. Let's check the advice for you. We got Nine of Cups, Page of Cups at the top, and the Tower at the bottom. So here what I'm getting is almost like so that's quite interesting. It's a yeah, this is a really interesting energy now because this is the part of manifestation that people don't get it. So let's say you say that you want to become a better person and you're manifesting that. You're asking universe, God, your higher self that you want to become a better person, right? And but the thing is, for you to become a better person, the universe, God, they will put situations in your life to get you stronger so you can be this, become this better person, right? It's not like in a click, you're just gonna be thinking totally different, doing totally different things. It's not like that. You need like the preparation, right? You, like I said, like you are in a assimilation phase right now because I feel like that's the thing because you are perhaps you perhaps you are starting to understand how manifestation works, how this works. If you're already like, I feel like for some people, um, especially like for the egocentric people that I was picking up, that doesn't want to acknowledge this as a shadow, as toxic, um, you need to remember that you asked for it. It's literally that, like the Nine of Cups. This is the energy that I'm getting. Like you want to become this cat sitting there and don't give a fuck about the cups at the back because you know that you have it, that you know that you know you can do it. So yes, to become that, you need to do them work. Ta-da. So it is something that you wish for. And even though like for people who already are doing the work, I have this feeling that you need to remind yourself that that's what you asked for. Okay, you ask to become a better person or to be, to get famous, you know. But there's this feeling for me here to remind you that you asked for it. You asked for it. At the top with the Page of Cups, I feel that it is about opening up about your emotions. The page is like a beginning phase of understanding your emotions. Okay, so perhaps you need to get there first. You're not gonna be like a mastermind in like one day. It's not how it works. It takes time. Okay, so you need to start with the basics. So I feel here that you need to start looking at your emotions, even if it could be emotions that. Okay, so this is really interesting reading today, guys. But um, try to look at yourself and see which actions that you take that remind you of a child. Literally, I'm not joking. So that may be a sign for you. Like perhaps you're gonna see like a child or like more than one, like of course children, that they will be acting or reacting at the same way that you do. And it's gonna click for us like, what the fuck? That kid is 2 years old and I act the same way as that child. So I know there's something like this, like childish actions. I think that you need to look for that, like at those behaviors, at those actions. You may also have a surprise of the universe or even like from someone that will kind of help you to bring it up a little bit of this emotion. And so what I've noticed, guys, like sometimes in a specific type of readings, I've been yawning a lot, and I think it's because there's a lot of like energy moving through me right now. And yes, it's just like so much energy working through me that I need to yawn to like let some out. I'm getting also like sometimes it's confirmation. So when I'm saying something, you know, and I yawn, I feel like that's definitely like for someone here. Anyway, so maybe you're gonna also have a surprise. It could be from someone, or it could be someone like saying something to you that will kind of click this emotional journey for you to actually start looking at your emotions. And with the tower here, I feel like if even if you don't want to do this, you have to. It's like it's not an option. Universe, God, your higher self, they want you in a different energy. And if they need to bring you a tower to get you there, they will. So, you can do it by yourself and deal with the tower in a way that, okay, you're acknowledging that the tower is there, or, you know, the surprise could be a tower moment. So, the tower moment, guys, just to explain to you, it's it should break foundations. So when we're talking about when I talk about like the shadows, like the reprogramming, right? Is that when we are young, like especially when in our first years of life, well, we are taught a bunch of stuff from our parents, and then we end up like getting a lot of things from them, but it's more like about them than us. They're just like projecting themselves into us, and sometimes we grow up with that, with like their projection, and having like a hard time to actually be ourselves. And the tower, it is to put a situation like in front of you or something that you will make this more visible, that you will make this programming sh- to dissolve. It's not gonna dissolve like in one day, but it's to break down, to literally break those foundations. So that's why we call it like to break the foundation because it is something that you were taught, but it's not you. So for you to build a new castle, you need to break those foundations before building a new castle because it doesn't make much sense, right? You build so much, so many things, and then you understand that the foundation wasn't strong. It wasn't, strong enough, or you, like, it wasn't like authentic to yourself. So, yes, that's the tower. Um, Sometimes it can be really like chaotic. Sometimes it doesn't have to be. It depends a lot on your journey, how much you've healed, how much you've been healing, how much you are willing to look at your shadows. But if you are not willing, that I'm getting here some energies that they're not willing, things that start to happen in your life. So you can pay attention to that. And until like you acknowledge it, things will keep happening until you acknowledge it, you know? So if like something happens like, oh yeah, like I'm having like really bad luck, that kind of stuff, sometimes you're just like avoiding something and there's just the tower moment happening over and over and again until you actually acknowledge it. Well, guys, this is the reading for you today. Um, I'm just gonna say some stuff here about a little bit more about the sun in Capricorn and moon in Capricorn. Um, okay, so this phase says a lot about that I accept what is ending. I take responsibility for my future. I release what no longer fits with dignity. So like I said, that's it feels a lot of like limbo phase that you need to accept that there's an end and but you know there's a new beginning, but this new cycle haven't started yet. What else can we talk about it? So it is like really calm, but it's also really serious. So it's like dealing things with like really a lot of maturity and calmness, but really serious, like of the things that you're saying and talking about. Hmm. Okay. And then in this phase, with this energy, is really good for closing cycles, writing goodbye letters that you don't send. So if there is someone that you closing a cycle with, you can just write a letter to this person, but then you don't have to send it. It's just like you put that energy on that paper, releasing old responsibilities, acknowledging growth, and making peace with past versions of yourself. Because remember, the past version of yourself didn't know what you do now. So if you're around this energy, it is really good to like it's gonna support acceptance, surrender, maturity, grounding, and readiness for a new chapter. So I'm gonna give you some anchoring phrases for this energy. It is I release with maturity and grace. I honor what is complete. I prepare myself for what comes next. I let go without resentment. So, I feel like it's a lot about acknowledging stuff and understanding that you have this, you are in a phase that you are in a simulation phase right now. Okay, guys, this is your reading for today. I see you in the next one.